Hey,
brackets merge tag first name.
nice to meet you. Great to connect, and I hope this LinkedIn message finds you well. Quirky fun fact about me, I like dogs and beach walking. While surfing the web for cool people, I noticed you're also a person with
brackets merge tag web category 37.
and I especially enjoyed when I saw that the
brackets merge tag content.
So I would like to write quality, relevant guest article about the top 10 bird feeding kits. We've all received something like that, and it's always fallen flat on its face because of committing a few cardinal mistakes. The first one, as you've heard, is using cringy terms like meet you or congratulations on your work anniversary. Then there's the gibberish messages. Hi Johnny, I work with health science technology that activates your body's ability to heal itself. Have you heard of redox signaling molecules? Their discovery in '98 won a Nobel Prize and opened a whole new category of science. The opportunity is unprecedented. We are the only company in the world that has this technology. Are you open to watching a 2-minute video that introduces this scientific breakthrough? There's the terrible follow-ups. Johnny, my goal is not to be pushy. That is not in my nature. It is truly not even my goal to convert you into one of my clients, but I have had first-hand experience with the impact high-quality websites. Oh, the impact high-quality websites. Why didn't you say so? The next one is totally misreading the situation. It's always Johnny that gets these. Hi Johnny, I hope you're well. I would love to chat with you as we share a background in fitness, and we have both likely experienced a drastic change in the industry over the last year. I would also love to share an opportunity with you in e-commerce wine startup that did 74 million in our third year. Just a simple conversation about what could be an additional stream of income during this crazy pandemic. Message me. So yeah, fitness is great and everything, but have you ever considered a wine business? Oh yeah, I can see how they kind of link. And $74 million would be a nice side income as well. There's also the classic, just being a stalker and not knowing when to give up. Hey, how's you? Hey hun, what you up to? Hey, I know you're not interested, but I don't like taking no for an answer. Like, don't be a creep. This one's one of my favourites. Hey Johnny, I notice you're a personal trainer. I help coaches work online and give them the freedom to be home in time for dinner. But if I'm working online, how can I be home in time for dinner? Am I home in time for breakfast and lunch as well? So luckily, this is what you're up against with cold messaging. The bar is set low, and it is a marketing strategy that can work, but it can also piss people off, so you've got to play it quite carefully. And the simplest way to look at this is don't see online marketing as a special world with special rules where you have to say things like great to connect. It's the same as meeting people in real life, believe it or not. So if you're single and you're dating, you're allowed to express romantic interest in someone. It's okay to tastefully ask someone out on a date. At that point, it would be disproportionate of them to get out the pepper spray. But if you persisted and didn't take no for an answer and kept asking, then you've got a problem. Going too hard too soon is another problem. If you've ever been to Portugal, you'll have experienced where you're walking down a city street and someone will try and put their finger in your mouth to make you sample the cocaine that he's selling. And you're like, no thanks, I don't want your finger in my mouth. So don't be the online equivalent of the Portuguese cocaine dealer. It's not going to work. Equally, if you knocked on someone's door and said, hey, do you want to buy a sponge? And they were like, oh, no thanks, and shut the door. You wouldn't be like, knock on it again. Hey, do you want to buy a sponge? They will call the police on you pretty quickly. So knocking on the door 5 more times because persistence is key, probably not a good idea. So taking those mistakes into account, the way to make cold outreach work as part of your wider sales strategy is, number 1, be relevant, handpick the people that you're messaging. Number 2, don't be a willy. Number 3, build your organic following alongside it. When you're messaging followers, it converts hundreds of times better than people who have no idea who you are. Think, how does it look when you get a message from someone with a blank profile picture and 3 followers? The people who are already following you are not only expecting to hear from you, but they're happy to because they've opted in to hear more about what you do. Number 4 is do the internal work to let go of resistances to being sold to. This sounds a bit woo-woo, but if you get upset when someone pitches a relevant product to you, then that's only going to be reflected when you're pitching to other people. 6, I think we're number 6. Track your results in a spreadsheet and calculate the return on investment from each of your platforms. That way you're optimizing your method and you're not wasting time on unprofitable platforms. Number 7, if you don't have a big organic following, join online forums and communities and Facebook groups and message the moderators if it's okay to occasionally pitch your services. Make sure that you engage in those groups, you're answering questions, you're adding value, You're posting things to actually be a valuable member of the community. You can't shortcut this. The recurrent theme here is it's the same way that you would make friends. Just be a normal person, be someone who's fun to be around, add value to people, and everything else comes as a result. Number 8, dedicate a window of time each day to do this, rather than let it just spread throughout your day. We know how addictive social media platforms are, and so if you do it kind of in the background all the time, you won't get anything else done. Send and respond to messages in bulk, otherwise the platform will consume you. So there we go, that's how to use cold outreach properly as part of your wider sales strategy. It works well if you have a small audience and you're still building your footing, but over time, as you build your audience, you can rely on it less and less. It's not a complete system in itself, but it's a great way to capitalize on your existing social media following and squeeze the lemon. If you do this properly, we've seen people with less than 1,000 followers across all platforms making more money than people who have 100,000 followers but aren't capitalizing on it. As always, if you want to see how this fits into all the moving parts of the complete system of building a scalable, semi-automated coaching business, then Johnny has recorded a video outlining exactly that in complete detail in the link below.